qualities.
All right, so here we go. We've got both of the control arms welded up all around, grinded down, and they honestly look pretty flawless. And for cutting it on the plasma table, designing this in Inventor, and then sticking them on there, welding them, I didn't do the welding, disclaimer, my dad did. I'm not very good at welding. But now they look pretty good, and they're all boxed in, so they're much stronger. And we painted them black with high temperature chassis paint, and then we're gonna clear coat them as well. And these are pretty dry now, but then soon these will be going on down there. Yesterday evening at about 9 o'clock, this big GAZ box came up in a UPS truck, and this means that our suspension has arrived. And as you just saw from that little unboxing clip there, here is one of the shocks. I'm not entirely sure if this is front or rear because this is the only one I've opened, but it does look very nice. Obviously I have 3 others in here to go with our tires that we also now have mounted. And then after we put the suspension on, it will be a rolling chassis, and we also need to put the brake lines on for the new brakes, which we have in this Pelican box right here, and a few other small lines. But then it'll be a rolling chassis with working brakes, hopefully. And our tires we have on here are Falcon Wild Peak. These are on-road, all-terrain, 215 75R 15, and we of course have the clear-coated wheels on here as well. And just a real quick summary, we painted the control arms, both of them, and so now here they are, hanging out here to dry. Both of them boxed in and cleaned up. I've got the back of the car jacked up to show you the rear suspension, GAZ Gold, and of course the new axles that have been shown in previous videos with brakes, and all 4 wheels are on with 20mm spacers in the rear and 25 in the front. Now for the fronts, no engine in here obviously, but the new control arms, which are a little hard to see, they are grinded down, painted with high temp, and then our coilover is right there. Looking pretty clean. Love the control arms. And I'll connect it up here. And then 25 spacer right here. Needs some mud flaps on all four corners. All right, so I'll just give a quick little rundown here on more of the parts and what they are. These tires are Falcon Wild Peak. These are on-road all-terrain versions, and they are 215 75R 15s all around. The paint for the wheels is Powder by the Pounds old world bronze or old antique bronze. They call it both of those for all four wheels as well. The brake adapters we made ourselves, as I talked about in one of the previous videos, I'm pretty sure. Coming to the rear, all these spacers are just Amazon spacers for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks for a set of two. And then the suspension, of course, is GAZ Gold. And a lot of these parts that we have put on are just OEM replacements, like these axles. And then up here in the front we have the OEM replacement control arms that I designed, and then we cut to box them in to make them stronger because they're pretty dinky in their stock form and we don't want any of that risk off-roading. And then OEM replacement tie rods to just replace all the crap up here in the front that needs to be stronger. And then under the hood we have these struts that I just painted, that I showed, strut mounts in the top, and then rubber OEM replacement bushings for those. Some engine work has been done too. We've taken off the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold cover. As for the engine update, we've been talking to the guys at Boost Brothers Garage who make the 07K swap kit for the 944. And a lot of the parts have a long lead time right now, and we're working to get the parts that we can, like the intake manifold that, like I said, will mount it. I hope it mount longitudinally in line for this car, and the oil pan for the bottom. And here are the old fronts. Pretty crappy, along with some stuff from the engine bay, the washer reservoir and the coolant reservoir. Parts. Just a brief run down here. Motor mount. Just have a lot of parts over here, and then here's the intake. Because this is getting replaced for a intake made for longitudinally mounted 07K, because these are normally mounted transverse in the Jettas.